Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Welcome, everyone, to the Great American Bash Watch Party. My name is Chris Parrish, and I am excited to be here. Welcome, everyone. I hope you like that latest video because turnbucklestudios.org is definitely the place you want to go check out if you want to be a part of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, sponsored by the good people over at Turnbuckle Studios. That link is down below, turnbucklestudios.org. I need to change that color of gold, so I'm going to do that quickly. But I want to give a shout out to everyone. I want to give a good shout out to everyone, not only who are watching my English, who done that. But yes, no, everyone that is watching. Also, I hope everybody liked the graphics I made. It was not easy, by the way, as a Saints fan, to put Atlanta Falcon colors on here. So I had to do a little bit of a mixy match. And I say that because, obviously I had to add some black, I had to add some red, obviously some blue. The blue is okay. I'm a Northern fan. The blue is acceptable, but the red, that was not easy. But welcome, everyone, to the Great American Bash Watch Party. My name is Chris Parrish, and you can go and check out all of the platforms. This is showing up right down below at my link tree, Chris Parrish. It has everything, it has all the updated information. So please, if you can, check that out, support it. If you're live on all the channels and there's an option to like, to share, to follow, all that good stuff, please do so. It helps the channel go a long way. And I am just like you. I like to do more. So please, if you can, do that little bit. It just takes a few seconds and it does a lot of good things for the channel. So I appreciate it. Now, who is ready for some NXT Great American Bash? We start in about 30 seconds time. So, just to get it out of the way early, let's check out this video that we do every week. It's called the Weekly Calendar. Check this out, people.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Yes, that is right. That is everything that we have coming up. I hope you guys are excited. Also, programming note, there will be a PLE watch along over at the Turnbuckle Studios channel later tonight. That's right. Even though it's a television program, here in Canada, we only really get Saturday Night Main Event, just like you guys, but we don't get it on TV. We have to watch it on YouTube. So we made it a PLE because it's a special deal for us. So check out the PLE Patrol, 8 o'clock Eastern Time for Saturday night's main event. Goldberg's final match later tonight. Who would have thought? As we are kicking off the Great American Bash, we got Oba Femi, your NXT champion, coming down and making his entrance into the building, as we also have his challenger Yoshiki Inamura. I butchered that name. Hopefully I get it back. He is with Josh Briggs. Look, they were at the airport though. Different. And then we got Ricky Saints, our boy, our local boy. Who dat, Ricky? Are you going to get back that NXT North American Championship as you go one-on-one with the champion, Ethan Page? We got the TNA World Champion in the house, Trick Williams. You know, how many people thought we would have been able to say NXT or the TNA Champion, Trick Williams? We got Fatal Influence coming down with the champion right in the middle of that NXT Women's Champion. We got the Bulkster coming in saying, hi, Parrish. Hello, Bulkster. How are you doing? How was your vacation over to the Great White North? Also, by the way, happy delayed Independence Day. Didn't get a chance to really say it to you. Didn't really get to see you. Hopefully you had a great time. Hopefully travels are safe. Saw the photos. They looked amazing. So I hope you and your wife had a great time. Are you ready for some great American Bash? Let me know what matches you're looking forward to. I know I'm very much looking forward to this Obafemi Inamura match. I think this is going to be a match that really kind of has very little expectation, but one that might actually go down as a very enjoyable match. But I think obviously the match that involving a Saints and a Canadian, how can you go wrong? Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, can't wait to see that match. But we also have that tag team match too. On the women's side, Fatal Influence versus, I believe it's Jordan Grace. Well, that's it. I'm liking this video. I'm liking this video actually right now. Just getting a little bit of a rundown of Ricky Saints defeating making that gauntlet match, getting that championship opportunity. But yeah, Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace. I didn't forget the names. Just doing two things at once. Been up for a while. Maybe, just maybe, I need some caffeine. Gotta get one of those known. Sponsored Dr. Peppers in my body. But yeah, let me know in the comments what are you looking forward to? What match are you looking forward to here for the Great American Bash? And please, if you guys are even watching AEW All In and you want to just come in here and also chat wrestling, please do so. I will just tell you, I have zero patience for this whole AEW versus WWE stuff. If you like AEW and you like WWE, cool. No need to start anything. This is not about that. But what match do you think we're going to kick off for the show? We're about to find out very quickly. Great American Bash live from Atlanta, Georgia. You guys know, hosted the 96 Summer Olympics. As we see the pan shot of the crowd and the ring decked in the ropes that are red, white, and blue. Did you have any other expectations? As we are welcomed by Vic Joseph and Booker T. And we got Trick Williams. Sorry, no, that's Javion Evans. My bad. We got Javion Evans making his way out. We're in that Kuna Jr. jersey. A nice little Atlanta Braves throwback right there. Doesn't go with his gear, though. His gear is all that like bubble gum colored. Got the pink. Got that kind of green. Actually, it looks kind of like ice cream a little bit more now that I look at it with the lights on. But but going to be a fun match as he is going up against the LFG champion. Let me know your thoughts on this, man. That's right. We got Casper Troy, who is now, or Jasper Troy, sorry. Why am I messing up so much? Interesting. I've always thought his I've always enjoyed this entrance that he's had, but it definitely gives me Dark State vibes. Maybe Jasper Troy should just join Dark State. Javion needs to burn that jersey. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, you guys beat him in a World Series. Should be fine with it. He's just sporting some red, white, and blue for the Great American Bash. There's nothing wrong with that. But we got Evans versus Troy in your opening contest here for the Great American Bash. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Who do you have? As we have Mike Rome as your ring announcer, Sarah Schreiber, your reporter, Corey Graves, and Booker T, your analyst, with Vic Joseph doing the play-by-play. As Troy is overpowering Evans quickly, showcasing that this is not going to be just your standard flying around match. Jasper Troy means business. Evans using this quick speed of his to duck a couple punches, get those quick strikes in, but it's going to be those powerful strikes there by Troy that really gain that advantage, get that separation. Evans is coming into this match with taped up ribs, already sporting that little bit of a target on his body. So any shots that Evans throws, he has to feel it in those ribs. Ooh, and already going for that springboard early, caught by Troy as he picks him up, looking for that running power slam. Evans counters, hits him with a drop kick, still unable to take the big man off his feet. What are your guys' thoughts about Jasper Troy as he is the Season 1 winner of LFG? Thoughts on how he's been so far? He's had a few matches under his belt in NXT now. Evans now gets a standing rear naked chokehold on Troy. But definitely just getting those quick shots in, quick attempts in. But anytime Troy tries to use those power of his, we got to get that movement from Evans, but cannot get out of the way as Troy just takes himself over the top rope to break that rear naked. And then slams Evans back first, lower back first onto that ring apron, targeting the back of those ribs there. Smart move by Troy. Smart move. Yes, and that's right. This Great American Bash is located at the center stage in Atlanta. If you know this from the historic aspect, WCW did run some shows down there back in the day. But right now, Evans is just taking some abuse from Troy. Going to be definitely a resilient effort here by Evans if he needs, or if he plans on getting any sort of win here today. Troy has been very impressive very methodical, very patient in his offensive approach. So going to be very intriguing to see kind of how he kind of reacts to any tough, quick attacks, whether it is from Evans or any future competitors. Nice little slab there by Troy. Digging the setup. It gives me old NXT vibes with that ramp kind of coming down right in the middle. Makes me think that there's going to be a lot of ramp spots. Maybe, just maybe, in said North American Championship match. Chris Best coming in saying it was the home of WCW Saturday Night before they moved it to the Disney MGM studio, which I believe is where the Impact Zone was. Oh, and a big slam. Followed by a missed elbow drop there by Jasper Troy, but that slam, definitely put something into that one. Evans getting some punches in, but he's going to have to do a lot more just to get the big man off his. Going for a German suplex. That's not going to work. There, Evans, you got to do a lot more. You got to go back to those quick strikes, those high-flying attempts. Yeah, that's a thing. If there's one thing about Javion Evans, he needs to truly connect. I can tell you from flat-out experience, as a smaller guy in the ring, you really got to connect on your shots. But see the patience of Troy, just taking his time. He understands he has Evans in a vulnerable spot. Now, I think you got to get more of a killer instinct, as we see there with that body avalanche and some hard shots to the ribs. Well, and that's just the thing, Bulkser. Yeah, like it happens. Sometimes your aim is off. I mean, it's no different from, a quarterback missing a throw, or a hockey player missing the net, or a golf player missing the hole on a shot, or missing that approach. That happens in all sports. But you just got to make sure that you connect, because, obviously for Evans, you're fighting that uphill battle. You have those injured ribs. You're facing a larger man who you don't have as much game tape on as maybe an Obafemi or other people on your roster, simply because of the way that he came into the company. But Troy now is removing the bandages around the ribs and isolating ribs, putting them in a stretch hold that allows Evans to really have to breathe and use those ribs. but went out of it, and I don't understand why. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Evans goes up. Now his ribs are too much. This is also a gripe of mine of Javier Evans is I know he likes to jump and do all that stuff, but you came into this match with banged up ribs, but you're able to fly. You should have had some hesitation maybe to start the match. I think I would have loved to see that. He still moves way too much. Like if you're using those kicks to kind of gain an advantage. I just don't think I want Evans winning this match. I'm just not. I just don't buy anything. I mean, we might see a R-Truth Aleister Black roll up, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Troy as the one I think is going to take this match. See, this is what I don't get. Just a couple minutes ago, Evans couldn't make a jump because his ribs hurt. Now he makes a jump, and he doesn't acknowledge his ribs at all. But Evans, though, does have Troy on the ground. He's going back up top. Now he's going back to the ribs. And a big jumping splash over the top there. And nothing to the ribs. There's just very little consistency to this selling from Evans. Oh, there we go. He has to do more. Definitely a gripe on Evans, if you ask me, is just his inability to make you sympathetic to his injuries. He's going back up top now. Nothing on the ribs, and he goes for a frog splash. Yeah, there's just a lot of inconsistency with these the selling of the ribs that I'm just frustrates me. Really frustrates me. Evans goes for that big cutter, gets met with a choke slam there by Terry. Meets with a big running body avalanche in the middle of the ring. Well, that was a match. Evans gets a very dramatic roll up. I just don't know if I honestly I can't say I enjoyed that match. There were aspects of it I was appreciating, but from an overall standpoint, I think that was a match where Jasper Troy does not look very good in a defeat. And I don't even think Javier Evans looked that great in a win. As we are now getting a promo featuring the women of the Battle Royal that will happen tomorrow at Evolution. Jada Parker is stating her case as to why she is going to be the one coming out victorious. We are now going to Stax, who is promoting this upcoming triple threat match between Luca Cristofino himself and Tony D'Angelo for the Heritage Cup, saying this is going to be the final staple to the D'Angelo family. So let me know what you guys are thinking about Stax now as a heel on his own, Heritage Cup champion. This list that Stax has is quite entertaining. Stax is at the PC talking with Matt Bloom. Thinks Bloom accepted a challenge for him, the Heritage Cup. Matt Bloom telling Stax to keep his head on a swivel. And seems to have lost his Heritage Cup trophy. He left it just at the desk at the front. Went to go talk to Matt Bloom, and as he came back, the cup was gone. So we're getting another Evolution promo video. Don't forget to miss Evolution tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Going to be an absolutely historic show. Cannot wait. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship is your main event. Now we're getting a Fatal Influence promo video. I have a feeling we might see that match next. recapping the night where JC Jane defeated Stephanie Bakir to become your NXT Women's Champion. I bet you guys were just as surprised as I was when that happened. As Mike Rome is being shown making that announcement, he definitely was a little shell-shocked himself. Just might be the upset of the year in WWE. Don't think she's been doing that bad though as champion. I mean, nothing historic just yet, but nothing to be ashamed about either. Recapping Jordynne Grace's attempt when she became number one contender. That's right. That match will go tomorrow at Evolution. JC Jane versus Jordynne Grace, NXT Women's Championship. Winner of that match will go on to face Masha Slamovich on the 20th at Slammiversary. Title versus title. Will we see JC Jane challenge Masha Slamovich, or did we see Jordynne Grace in 2025, an NXT champion, going and facing the TNA Knockouts champion? All right, we are getting a lot of promo videos here. It might be a little much for me. Probably a little much for every one of you. Can we get a match, please? But since we were waiting, make sure if you want to watch AEW All In the Edmonton, Alberta area, you're checking out the good old sponsor from the Chris Bears podcast, and that's beercadewhyte, located at 105 440 2nd Ave. You can support them on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X. Then also, once again, if you want to go check out turnbucklestudios.org, please do so now. Sarah Schreiber now is in the back with Sol Ruka and Zarya. Sol Ruka holding that NXT Women's North American Championship as well as her Women's Speed title. Oh, we're getting a little bit of a dark state interruption there with just a video. So what role does Dark State have in tonight's PLE? Sol Ruka is focused for what's next with her. Zarya isn't focused for what's next, and they are two different things. That's right. Tatum Paxley versus Sol Ruka for the NXT North American Women's Championship. But yet we have Sol Ruka and Zarya going up for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships tomorrow at Evolution. So I said Tatum Paxley. It is Izzy Dane. Speaking of Tatum Paxley, your guys' opinions about her joining the Culling. Does it fit? Do you like it? Let me know. Sol Ruka making her way out as we are ready for some one-on-one action for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Sol Ruka about to compete in 3 straight days. That is right. Yesterday, she was on SmackDown in a 4-way singles match. Tonight, she is defending that North American Championship, and tomorrow she is at Evolution going after the WWE Tag Team Championships. Busy weekend for Sol Ruka. Chris Best coming in and said, I feel it. Well, she may be the newest addiction. I feel she'll be the first to get kicked out too. That Women's North American Championship looks pretty damn shiny to me. I'm going to go out there and say we are going to get a new champion in Izzy Dane. And Tatum Paxley already getting involved with Zarya, slapping her before we get started here. Sol Ruka once again distracted with the chaos that's happening outside the ring. And already a sit-out power, or a more or less a sky-high power bomb onto Sol Ruka gets a 2 count as the long legs of Sol Ruka are on the rope. Benefit for Sol Ruka being as tall as she is with those legs, as long as they are. Ring position is to her advantage almost at any point in that ring. But Izzy Dane staying on the champion early, and she is not going to let that advantage slip away. But it was that Irish whip to the corner that allowed Sol Ruka to get that separation back. Getting a missile dropkick off on Izzy Dane as Izzy Dane rolls to the outside. It's met with a nice stern kick to the shoulder there. Sol Ruka then hits a beautiful Hurricane Run off the apron onto the floor. Now that is getting a little bit of advantage in your respect there. Now, what does Sol Ruka need to do to put Izzy Dane away as they finally make their way back into the ring? Just gets a 2 count following a knee strike. Sol Ruka is I'm really enjoying her reign as North American champion here, but I would like to see a little bit more matches, I think, with her. I think that would be the one thing I'd want is There's been a lot of drama and not enough matches. Beautiful double knees into the gut of Solaruka there by Izzy Dane after having her in that just on her shoulders. That move always reminds me of Dean Malenko. Beautifully executed then. Always looks great now. By chance, anybody wants to get a little bit of merchandise from the Turnbuckle affiliation program, the Turnbuckle Studios, have no fear because you can go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and you can get yourself some of that beautiful Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise, some Turnbuckle Studios merchandise, some Chris Parrish podcast merchandise, as well as other shows that are located in that calendar that we will once again show you guys a little bit later on, as well as the new ad for Turnbuckle Studios. Solaruka gets a 2 count, but is met with a big clothesline there by Izzy Dane. Izzy Dane seems to have this match under control. But the question remains, can she take control, put away the champion, and wear the title after? That is the question that still needs to be answered. But you gotta love the approach from Izzy Dane. I think the more and more we see from Izzy Dane, the more she is becoming just a more polished in-ring worker. The beautiful big boot. Izzy Dane also no slouch in the height department. Also quite tall herself. So able to hit a big boot. Just like that. Anybody watching on the Twitch side of things, I will let you know that we will be rating out when this event is over. So, yeah, if you want to help support someone else, please stay with us after this stream. And so we can go say hi and help support another fellow content creator. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the chat. So we got a recap of a beautiful moonsault from the outside by Solaruka. This, I mean, it again goes to be said. Solaruka is somebody that you're going to want to watch coming down, and she hits a beautiful version of the buckshot lariat. Definitely more height, more of an impressive front flip. But yeah, Solaruka, I do believe, is a future main event women's world champion. But I'm very much looking forward to what she does at NXT after finally becoming champion with the North American title. I think in NXT women's title reign is in her future. Both these women are absolutely putting it all on the line, and a good little preview of not only what they're capable of, but also what to expect tomorrow with Evolution. I cannot begin to tell everyone just how excited I am to watch that show. Going to be an absolute amazing show, and I can't wait to see all the women of WWE come out, show out, and step up. Both women are on the top. Matt with a face a buster. Call it a soul factor. What do you guys think? I came up with that name on the spot. Off the top rope. Both women down. Sol Ruca not able to capitalize with a cover. Is this going to be a costly mistake by the champion? Sol Ruca going up to the top. Max met with a big chokeslam from Izzy Dane. Goes for that back suplex into a, what was that? Like almost a bulldog reverse flatliner. Very impressive move there by Izzy Dane. Right now, we have seen very little from Tatum Paxley and Zarya. You have to wonder if these two are going to spill out again in this match. Well, Sol Ruca going for the Soul Snatcher. But Izzy Dane being very counteractive and making sure she gets close to where Sol Ruca doesn't have that space to do so. Goes for a back suplex off the ropes, but Sol Ruca flips out and then hits Izzy Dane with a spear. But Tatum Paxley puts the foot on the rope. Finally getting some involvement in the ring. Zarya, though. Tatum Paxley with a huge spear onto the outside. And there it is, the Soul Snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca retains the North American Championship. What a match as Sol Ruca tries to grab Izzy Dane from inside of the ring into the outside. She was met with a big shot by Izzy Dane, who runs in. And as she does that, ducks a line by the champion, only for the champion to hit the Soul Snatcher. Just a great little end sequence there. But Sol Ruca, experience prevails once again, holding the championship up in another retention. What is next for Izzy Dane? That is the question. Does Do Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley go after the tag titles? Or do they maybe cost Zarya and Sol Ruca the tag titles tomorrow? That remains to be seen. But definitely some steam for Sol Ruca and Zarya after that win, as they have momentum going into tomorrow for Evolution. Two matches down, I will already say that so far I am enjoying the show. I do think that Women's North American match was a little bit more to my liking than that opening contest between Troy and Evans. As we get a nice little pan out to MetLife Stadium, the home of the historic two-night SummerSlam that is only a few weeks away. As we now go and check out what looks to be Lola Vice, as she performed at AAA. Now, is this one of their shows? Was that Worlds Collide? I don't know where the show was that they saw. But Lola Vice is here to promote herself and her involvement in the Battle Royal for tomorrow's Evolution. Another one of those entertaining segments between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe as they are preparing for their match later today, as we now get ready for the Falls Count Anywhere match for the Men's North American Championship. As All Ego Ethan Page defends his title against the man he defeated for that title, Ricky Saints. So as I said, there is a new ad for Turnbuckle Studios and Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. We are looking to bring more people in. You say, well, what do I do? Well, check out this video and let me know if you have any more questions or concerns about how to take the next step.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And that is right. We are looking to bring in more people for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program to be involved with the Turnbuckle Studios. If you want to get a show on that weekly calendar, please hit us up now, as we want to bring in new people. We want to evolve. We want to grow. So please do not sit back. Act now. If you want to tap in and join the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, Now is the time. You can do it one of two ways. Go to turnbucklestudios.org or email at turnbucklestudios@gmail.com. Now we get a recap of Ricky Saints defeating the Vanity Project in a gauntlet-style match to become the man in control of picking the stipulation for this North American title match. As Ricky Saints chooses a last man standing match. As we know, this is the finale. Sorry, Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, a lot of speculation that Ethan Page could be making his way up to a Raw or SmackDown soon. Could this be the time he loses that championship, or do we see Ethan Page continue his quest of being Mr. All Ego in NXT? If I had to guess, I'm taking Ethan Page to win this match. Ricky Saints has all the energy in the world. He might be taking one of these Monster Energy drinks right before his match. Probably not, because he has abs. But definitely fired up, ready to go. As we await the champion, Ethan Page. As Ethan Page is decked out in an American-themed gear, yet he's still rocking that red maple leaf to signify that he is the greatest North American champion. As we're underway and this match is kicking off fast. There is no love lost between these men, and there is no time to be wasted as they take this match to the outside already, and a kendo stick is already introduced. That's right, there's no disqualifications in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Anything goes, including a backdrop into the audience. But yeah, the more we get a little look of this venue, it definitely feels a lot like that original setup of NXT back in the black and gold time. As the fight has been taken to the audience, it is going up the stairs. Ricky Saints taking it to Ethan Page. Now, are they going all the way to the concourse area? Looks like it. Well, that is the exit door. It might not be the concourse. But I definitely see an ATM. No, that is definitely the concourse there. Ricky Saints just hit Ethan Page with a trash can. Page now has a Boston Crab on Ricky Saints in the concourse. This is fantastic. Don't know why he let it go, though. Falls do count anywhere. Submission is a fall. Looking for that ego's edge, but is met with his face shoved into the pillar. They're fighting right in front of the bar area. Surprised we don't get any Wheatley American Vodka ads. Oh, there we go. Right through the merch table. Now where are they going to put all of them t-shirts? All those collector cups just on the floor with all those bags. One is stuck to Ethan Page's back. As they make their way back into the arena. We have seen maybe 10 seconds of this match inside the ring. Both men are just absolutely beating each other up all over the building as Ethan Page now grabs a steel chair underneath the ring. Delivers a gut blow to Ricky Saints. As Ethan Page puts the chair around the neck and slams it into the post. But that is not enough to take Ricky Saints down. Now, I'm really impressed with this year-plus NXT run so far of Ethan Page. In that year, he has become NXT champion. Now he's the current North American champion. But in that process, he's able to have absolute classics with Javian Evans, Trek Williams, Joe Hendry, and even Ricky Saints now, who has a fire extinguisher to cool down that fiery streak of Ethan Page. Now, if there needs to be an emphasis on the fact that this match does have anything going, I don't know. Steel chair, kendo stick, trash can. Somebody put through a table, a fire extinguisher. The guardrails are now being introduced. I think anything goes is an obvious statement in this match. And Ethan Page is saying, you know what, I'm just going to drop the guardrail right onto my opponent. Now, it is quite funny that the American-born man in this match has more Canadian colors on him than the Canadian-born man who has American colors on him. Just thought that was a funny little observation. Also, Ricky Saints, red, black, and white. Oh, it's tough to see. Oh, Ethan Page delivering has him in the Death Valley Driver, throwing him neck first into that top turnbuckle there. As Ricky Saints is now laying down kind of from that seated position on the top. What does Ethan Page look like? Oh. Oh, and Ricky Saints delivers a double palm facebuster onto a steel steps to Ethan Page there. Or sorry, steel chair. Ethan Page wears his wedding ring even when he wrestles. I just can't do it. In case anything happens to my finger, I just can't do it. Oh, anytime they put the steel chairs that way, where the back is facing the back, oh, that just makes me. Ugh. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Oh. A back body drop into the top part of the stairs and then a suplex into the guardrail. Oh my. Why? Why would he? Oh, your spine is going to just be aching. That didn't look good. I'm sure it doesn't feel good. Standing up is going to be fun for Ricky Saints in the morning. But you can't question the toughness of Ricky Saints. That is something you just can't do. But I will say, I don't think Ricky Saints and Ethan Page can have a bad match. This has been absolutely amazing so far. As 4 chairs are set up with the seated part facing inwards. And an attempt of a superplex from Ethan Page is met by a reversal of biting and then now a power bomb. Oh my God. Ricky Saints just power bomb Page into 4 chairs. Oh. Both men are just putting it all out there. Bodies, scars, as they make their way back into the area. And then we see Jasper Troy in the back there. But these two men are fighting into the locker room. They're kind of fighting around the sewing area. Oh, and Jasper Troy gets shoved into as he takes his frustration out on Ricky Saints. So a little bit of an assist for Ethan Page here. Oh, a little shot for shot with the chairs, although Ethan Page goes for his shot, misses, and we see a chair shot of Ricky Saints. Oh, here we go. Action onto the stage. This is what I wanted. Oh, and a back body drop onto the stage there. And Ricky Saints just used the referee for a tornado DDT onto that stage there. Gets a 2 count. Very innovative. Both men now are set up on kind of the edge of the stage here as we go into more of the production area. And there's a few tables there nearby. Are we going to see Ethan Page going for the Ego's Edge here? Tosses Ricky Saints into 2 tables. And that is it. All Ego Ethan Page retains his championship against Ricky Saints after an Ego's Edge off the stage through 2 tables. You got to give it up for both men, but the winner, Ethan Page, getting the job done. I think that's a great way of just putting the stamp on that feud and then also opening the opportunity of Saints and Troy moving forward. A little bit of a what's next. But what a match for the NXT North American Championship. So far, I have to give it to the North American Championship matches. They have stepped up the game so far for the Great American Bash. I still believe we are a couple matches away left from the finale here. So Let me know your thoughts in the chat, what you thought of this show as we're 3 matches in. But also, let's check out that weekly calendar one last time. Right now.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And one last time, if you want more information about the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, please check out turnbucklestudios.org. That is the official homepage of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program as we return to the Great American Bash with Obafemi warming up and getting ready for his title match. As we then head to the commentary booth with Vic Joseph, Booker T, and Corey Graves. One thing I wouldn't say, the one thing I do miss about these PLEs from NXT is we don't really get that segment where we get to feature somebody, whether it's somebody that is on their way to NXT or somebody to watch out. I think that'd be something that I'd like to see moving forward, kind of return. As Heatwave, live on Sunday, August 24th, comes to you. So WWE Heatwave coming from Lowell, Massachusetts. Tickets go on sale July 16th, but Sunday, August 24th. There we go. And we still have the Slammiversary contract signing for the TNA World title between Mike Santana, Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams. So I think that is something that might be coming next, as they seem to be taking a little bit of time to get ready. That probably means they're about to set up said contract signing. As we have Becky Lynch in a promo segment here. It's just another Evolution promo. She is set to defend her Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Who do you guys have winning that match? I do believe I have Becky Lynch retaining that championship, as I do think Bayley and Lyra's kind of rift is going to come into play with Becky Lynch just doing the step back and taking advantage of the situation. We do get a little bit of a storyline of just how this started with Becky and Lyra from WrestleMania. But even before then, Becky being the one who took out Bayley. So Becky Lynch could be Lyra's tag partner of WrestleMania, only for Becky and Lyra to win the tag titles, only for the next night they lose the titles, only for Becky Lynch then to turn her back on Lyra, then defeating her for the Intercontinental Championship, only to have that continue, and then Bayley returning from injury, coming back and asserting herself into the picture, thus creating this triple threat, the Intercontinental Championship. That's a Cole's Notes version. Very simplified. But I'm very much looking forward to this match. I think this has show stealer written all over it. Is this the match you guys are looking forward to at Evolution? Takes place tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Let's make sure that we remember tomorrow is the day where we support women's wrestling. It's also the day where you can check out episode 85 of the Chris Parrish podcast, where I feature Ella J as we talk Evolution. This was a pre-recorded episode from last week, so we did have some things official. We did have some things not official. We did not know everything about the tag team title match, but if you want to get to know more about Ella J and listen to our predictions for Evolution, come check out the Chris Parrish podcast, episode 85 tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can find out what Ella J thinks about Evolution. So we now have Ava in the ring to supervise the contract signing. As Mike Santana is making his way to the ring. As he makes his way out from the audience. What a way to get a little bit of a crowd of favoritism. Slammiversary takes place July 20th, and cannot wait to see more of that. We do have a triple threat match with Joe Hendry, who is making his way out right now, Mike Santana, and the current reigning TNA champion, Trick Williams. Question is, who do you guys want to win? Is it Mike Santana? Is it Trick Williams? Or do you believe in Joe Hendry? As we are getting a little bit of the jaw jacking from both Santana and Hendry. As we are now graced by the presence of the champion, the TNA champion, Trick Williams. As Booker T is absolutely excited. Carlos Silva, the president of TNA Wrestling, is in attendance. Always wearing that black and white TNA Wrestling hat. All three men are civilized as of right now, sitting in their respective chairs. As Ava says, we just need the signatures of everyone to make this match official. Mike Santana saying both the opportunity of being inside a WWE ring at an NXT PLE means something to him, just like the TNA World Championship means something to him. Gotta ask the question, do we see top dollar? No, I'll say dollar. Obvious reasons. But do we see him get involved? We have seen his involvement as of late around Trick Williams. Trick Williams does seem to have that representation. Do we think that comes into place or into play at all during the Slammiversary match? And let's not forget, if you want more TNA coverage, please check out the host of Bracer Impact. That's right, Bubba Duke. You can check him out on YouTube at the Bubba Duke Show and on Twitch at Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Just as a little bit of a side note, you might be able to see something involving TNA over at the Boar's Nest tomorrow night. So check in those socials tomorrow at about 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, that's right. Whether it's high rise or first class, Trick Williams is making some friends, but also surrounding himself with protection. Joe Hendry is reaffirming we should believe in Joe Hendry. Ooh, Trick Williams saying he's him. I wonder where he got that line. Who do you guys have in this match? Do you have Santana? Do you have Hendry? Do you have Williams? I wouldn't be shocked if Trick Williams somehow sneaks out of TNA, still the TNA World Champion. Joe Hendry says that Santana and himself don't agree on very much, but they agree on two things, and that is, come Slammiversary, the TNA World title will return to a TNA superstar. And then Santana says, Trick, you talk too damn much. As the two men pick up Trick Williams, slam him right down at an announce table that's in the ring, the contract signing table. Joe Hendry picks up the championship, and now both Santana and Hendry each have a hand on said championship as we fade back to the announcers. A good little visual of what could come. Is that foreshadow, or is that just letting you know what you're going to expect come July 20th for Slammiversary? Also to note, Goldberg is in his final match. That's right, tonight as he takes on the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther. And that comes to you at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Saturday night's main event. Please check out Turnbuckle Studios and its platforms as the PLE Patrol has you covered for Saturday night's main event. Dark State is here in the building. Santana and Joe Hendry are in the ring, and Dark State is taking out both men. as they absolutely punish both Mike Santana and Joe Hendry. Once again, they come out, clear the ring, and the one person they do not touch is Trick Williams. You have to wonder, is Dark State a Trick Williams group? As we get both a Kalani Jordan promo hyping her appearance and evolution in the Battle Royal tomorrow, we then focus on Tony D'Angelo and now get his perspective for the upcoming match on Tuesday between him, Luca Cristofino, and Stax for the Heritage Cup. Who do you guys have taking home the NXT Heritage Cup? Is it Luca Cristofino? Is it Stax? Or is it Tony D'Angelo? I think I'm going to go with the wild card here, Luca Cristofino. Did Tony D'Angelo just throw the Heritage Cup into the river? As we get a little bit of a recap between the history that is Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, whether it's 2018, whether it's NXT, whether it's Mae Young Classic, whether it's Raw, whether it's WrestleMania. Io and Rhea Ripley have that story book passed, and they meet once again tomorrow in the main event of Evolution 2 for the Women's World Championship. And the question is, can Rhea Ripley finally defeat Io Sky? not gonna lie, I think I don't know if I want Rhea Ripley as champion again, as I do love watching Io Sky as the champion. But knowing that the winner of the Battle Royal does go on to face a champion at Clash in Paris, I just think Stephanie Victoria versus Rhea Ripley for a championship makes all the sense in the world. So I'm going to have to double down and go with Rhea Ripley tomorrow night. But I will not be upset at all if Io walks out of Evolution still champion. Now, there's been a lot of story about the build and the hype going to Evolution. But let's throw that and put that away for right now, because in less than 24 hours, we will be moments away from the second ever annual all-women PLE in WWE history. Actually, let me correct. This will be the first all-women PLE in WWE history, as last time it was a pay-per-view. As it appears to be main event time. As Yoshiki Inamura is making his way out as we speak, getting ready for his NXT Championship match against Oba Femi. This just means that women's tag match will be the main event to the Great American Bash. We now hear the music. It is time for the champion, the NXT champion, Oba Femi, as he is now making his way out to the ring. Who do you think will be the one to dethrone Oba Femi? I don't know if I think. See, I'm not too sure. I think Oba Femi is still months away from even having a realistic person to defeat him for the title. But that being said, this is NXT. Crazier things have happened. We did not expect to see JC Jane defeat Stephanie Victoria. So maybe, just maybe, Yoshiki Inamura Maybe he is that upset to Obafemi. Obafemi is 186 days as NXT champion after a 273-day reign for the North American Championship, which is the longest ever. Which means he is well over 400 days as a champion. You'd have to think he's holding very similar numbers to one Ring General in how long he's been champion in WWE. As the two men get into that traditional collar elbow tie up, Obafemi pulls out at side headlock. And a more just can't handle the tackle from Obafemi. Obafemi is a large man. So we're going to have to get that perfect combination of strength, quickness, intelligence, but also sheer will. Does Inamura have that in him to dethrone Obafemi and become the new NXT champion? These two men are not giving each other any more than an inch. Question is what role does Josh Briggs have, as he is the one on the outside? Does Josh Briggs help his friend become champion? Or is he the reason why his friend doesn't? You always have to look at both sides of the coin. So when the coin's flipped, which side are you on? Obafemi definitely showcasing that power and that strength that he is throwing his challenger at ease. But it's not keeping him down. Inamura is not a small guy himself. He has that power. He has that quickness. He has all the attributes. But will he put them all together? All right. Everybody on the Twitch side, if you are on here at the end of the show, we will be rating out to one of either Smid Jen, if she is still on, or we'll be going to Mike the Ref. So one of those two we will be rating out on the Twitch side. So if you stay on and you want to go and say hi, please do so. If either one of those are changed, our third options will be get the tables. An old friend. So let's remember to always say hi. Let them know that Chris Bear sent you, and let's be supportive to what they do, regardless of which one that is. As we return to the action with Obafemi really taking it to Inamura right now, the power is catching up just a little bit. And it just showcases just how impressive Obafemi has truly become. His ability to pick an opponent apart, but be patient and not get thrown off. It really showcases just how dangerous of a champion he is. The resilience from the challenger right now is something to really be impressed about. No matter what Obafemi throws, Inamura is just always going to keep getting up and keep fighting forward. So this is going to be a very much a test for the champion. And he has to ensure that he doesn't punch himself out. A nice exchange from the suplex from both men as they tried to get the other one up, but it was the challenger getting Obafemi up. As we get some of these Japanese palm strikes. And as Inamura has taken it to Obafemi now. And really using that awkward, not even awkward, but just different offense to get to the champion. The one thing Inamura has that Obafemi does not is world and global experience. He is a lot more traveled than Obafemi. So will that play a factor in this match? As we're seeing it now, but will it become enough to bring a championship his way? Going for that. Oh, the referee caught behind Inamura. Obafemi goes for an uppercut, hits the challenger into the ref. As Briggs is then, he clocks the champion in the back of the head with the title. As Inamura, I think, has pieced together that maybe Briggs is helping him win. It is clear that the challenger does not want to take a shortcut to win the championship here, but he needs to remain focused. As he hits that splash, but there is no referee to make the count. As Josh Briggs is trying to get his buddy Inamura to get something, it almost caused as a distraction, but it isn't enough to put Inamura away. But Josh Briggs right now, as much as he's trying to help his friend, he is simply not. As the challenger and the champion now going shot for shot. As right now, it's Inamura getting the advantage here. As Inamura gets a sit-down powerbomb variation onto the champion. Not enough, and this allows Briggs to come to the apron. A quick roll up, almost enough. Pop up power bomb from Obafemi, and that plays dividends. 1, 2, 3. Obafemi retains his championship, but this match absolutely amazing. I stated earlier, this match may not have been the match that you're necessarily looking forward to the most, but it's going to blow your expectation out of the water. And it did. In fact, Inamura really came out. Great performance. I'd love to see a rematch. So the question remains, what is next for the champion? Could Josh Briggs be what's next? Is this a foreshadow? As we prepare for Survivor Series in San Diego coming this November, tickets now on sale. But live at the State Farm Arena is the home of Saturday night's main event, the Nationwide Arena. Cannot wait for Saturday night's main event. Gonna be a great match. We have Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. We have Goldberg versus Gunther. We have Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso for the United States Championship. So we now see a promo for Lash Legend as she prepares to compete in the Evolution Battle Royal tomorrow night. Trick Williams is now in Ava's office trying to get something done about him being beat up by both Santana and Hendry earlier. As Ava is putting the question that I'm asking. Is Dark State and Trick Williams working together? So we get a tag match, Santana and Hendry against Dark State. And Corey Graves is asking, what could go wrong? As Sarah Schreiber is in the back talking with Oba Femi, the winner of the championship match. As Inamura has approached the champion to apologize for the involvement of Briggs, as Briggs pushes him away and gets in the face of the champion. Takes the first shot, and now Now we have the seeds planted to a potential match between Obafemi and Josh Briggs, as predicted. Oh, on Tuesday it is official. A 6-man tag team match. Williams, Hendry, and Santana against Dark State. So, on the Tuesday before Slammiversary, your TNA World Title match has to coexist. Yeah, nothing can go wrong. Also, family business triple threat match between Luca Cristofino, Tony D'Angelo, and Stax for the Heritage Cup. We still have our tag team match with Fatal Influence going up against Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace. As we cannot forget, tomorrow night it is Jordan Grace going one-on-one against JC Jane for that NXT Women's Championship. And the winner of that match will go on to face Masha Slamovich just next week, next Sunday, for TNA Slammiversary. The question is, will we get a live viewing of TNA Slammiversary? Will we get a watch along? Will we get it? We'll have more information tomorrow night on the Boar's Nest. Which tomorrow night on the Boar's Nest, we might not just be with Bubba Duke. Yours truly may or may not be joining him as well. So stay tuned. As CBRS Entertainment coming in saying the tenacity of the Inamura in that match. That's right. Inamura really brought it. And I think that is something you just have to do when you're up against Obafemi. Obafemi is by far one of the most dominating NXT champions. Celebrating in style his 186th day as NXT champion. So the question remains, does Josh Briggs have it in him to take that championship from Obafemi? As we now get that promo video of how this match has been set up, let's not forget that Blake Monroe is making her first appearance in a WWE PLE here tonight. So, a historic match here as Blake Monroe, the artist formerly known as Mariah May, for the first time steps foot inside a WWE PLE ring. As Chris Best saying, got to keep an eye on him more. He's a future star for sure. And it's crazy. He's not even contracted by WWE. Now it looks like it's going to be JC Jane and Fallon Henley representing Fatal Influence here. But right now we have Jordan Grace coming out, and she is making her entrance. And in something that I normally don't do, normally I do it at the end. But as we're kicking off a weekend with the Historic Evolution tomorrow, we're capping off with the main event of the women. And I think it's just appropriate that on the Twitch side, I rate out to meet Jen, a woman, as we go and support not only a female content creator, but one as we collectively come together to support women's wrestling. Let's do that. I am rating out now. Thanks once again for joining me here. If you, by chance, want to continue to do so, please check out the Facebook, the X, the YouTube on my side to continue to do so. But please say hi to me, Jen. Let her know that the Chris Bears podcast sent you, and go say hi and be supportive. As we start off with Jordan Grace and Fallon Henley. I will say this, Fallon Henley definitely has a championship reign in her future. She is somebody that since she turned heel, moved away from Briggs and Jensen, became that North American champion, has really taken a step up and really evolved in her game. CBRS coming in saying this is the first time watching Blake Monroe from the North Mariah main action. Yes, I already have mentioned that. We now have JC Jane in the ring. And Jordan Grace, a little teaser of what to expect tomorrow, but this is what the people want. We want a little glamour Blake Monroe is in the ring. Let's see what Glamour does inside an NXT ring. As the women exchange arm wringers. Is it just me, or does anybody else kind of view Fallon Henley as more of a main act than JC Jane? Is it just me? As Jordan Grace slams Blake Monroe. And then a little bit of a catapult from Blake Monroe to Jordan Grace. As they do a little double team on Fallon Henley there. Blake Monroe back in the ring. We have her and Fallon Henley. JC Jane's playing a little bit of a distraction as Jasmine Nix there finally gets involved in this match, allowing Fallon Henley to really put the stamp on it now. Now, Fatal Influence has the advantage on Blake Monroe, isolating her to a corner as the champion is putting the boots to the newcomer in Blake Monroe. Now the question is, with Jasmine Nix in the corner of Fatal Influence, will we see a third for Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, or is this going to just stay with the 2 versus 3? Now, it is a 2 versus 2 tag match, but we all know Fatal Influence is going to use the number advantage if they have to. Right now, both JCJ and Fallon Henley are looking to go 2-on-1 on Jordan Grace, but Jordan Grace just says, "Hey, I'm a juggernaut. You're not, so I can do this." As Rodney Scott, thank you so much for hitting that emote. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the show today. How are you doing? And if you want to be active in the chat, please let us know more about how you came to this channel. Let us know more about yourself here. We're currently watching the main event of the Great American Bash. Fallon Henley and JC Jane going up against Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace. JC Jane just gets a 2 count on Jordan Grace. This is acting as a little teaser for the upcoming match at Evolution tomorrow between these two. It is for the NXT Women's Championship, but also a spot in Slammiversary. As we have Alan coming in saying Ethan Page needs to be on the main roster. In due time, Alan. In due time. The rumor, and this is just a rumor, is that the draft is going to be set after SummerSlam. And one of the names to look forward to is Ethan Page. Ethan Page also victorious in his Falls Count Anywhere match with Ricky Saints. I'm still going to give that a nod as my match of the night so far. But I also really like that women's North American match as well. But I agree. Ethan Page is a national treasure. Also, a reminder for everyone in the chat, please be curious, please be respectful, but also have some fun. We're here enjoying pro wrestling. We're watching Great American Bash. Also coming in, I think Page could be like a Seth Rollins and go straight to the main roster scene. He could be a big money maker for the company and so could Sol Ruka. Yeah, 100% agree on both. Sol Ruka is a future star. And Ethan Page has everything there to be one as well. So completely agree on you on both counts. Also, Alan, if you like what you see and you want to get alerted to more times that I am on, please hit that notification bell button on YouTube and hit that like button. It goes such a long way of helping the channel, and I appreciate you just being here, saying hello and being active. Welcome aboard, and I hope you are having a great Saturday. Hope you are planning to watch Saturday night's main event. We'll be doing a show here called the PLE Patrol later tonight on the Turnbuckle Studio platforms. As Blake Monroe is in the ring, and she has taken down both JC Jane and Fallon Henley. And she meet a little preview of the Stratisfaction head scissors. Nice, following that up by a nice missile drop kick on JC Jane. I have to believe that if JC Jane is to win tomorrow night, Blake Monroe is that next challenger. But right now, Blake Monroe definitely holding her own. A nice little first impression in the ring. Going for that power bomb off the apron. Fallon Henley grabs the arms of JC Jane. Oh, and this allows Jasmine Nix there to get that cheap shot in on Blake Monroe. As JC Jane gets that flipping senton onto Blake Monroe there. Fallon Henley getting in the ref's face, wanting a 3 count, but taking her eyes just a little bit off the prize here. Goes for that full Nelson, but does not get it. Blake Monroe counters a neck breaker only. Ooh, nice little pin there. And meets up with a vicious headbutt to Fallon Henley. Only tagging Jordan Grace with a beautiful spine buster. Now, Jordan Grace definitely is the experience on this team, but the one thing that I do like is just how much opportunity is given to Blake Monroe in this match here. Oh, beautiful. A beautiful spear from Fallon Henley on Jordan Grace there. Anytime you see one of those ramps that are kind of at that equal height to the apron, you always have to think, what innovative spots are coming out of it? Ellen, I have to ask, since you're new to the channel, new to the stream, are you an NXT person or are you a WWE person? What is your style of preference when it comes to wrestling? Are you also watching All In? As we see Jasmine Nix on the apron. Oh, and there is Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts champion, playing dividends. We talked earlier about, are we going to see that third? And there it is. As Jordan Grace gets the breakup of the pin there, taking out Fallon Henley into JC Jane, who is pinning Blake Monroe there. As we have all 4 women in this match getting up on each corner. And now it's just a slugfest. Blake Monroe and JC Jane with Fallon Henley and Jordan Grace. Now, I believe Blake Monroe and JC Jane are the legal women here in this match. Blake Monroe gets a nice DDT there and picks up the win with an assist from her partner, Jordan Grace, who hits that European and then spiked JC Jane with that DDT. So in her first ever WWE PLE main event, but picks up the win for her team. I would say that's a glamorous debut. as that finishes off the Great American Bash, I want to let everybody know that you can check out the PLE Patrol later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Saturday night's main event. You can also check out the Chris Parrish podcast tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, we are bringing in a very fun individual, a friend, Ella J, for episode 85, Evolution. So please check that out. And if you want a little bit more of a, maybe just a little bit more of a tidbit, a teaser, check out this video.
But I got started because of podcasting, actually, and then some of the wrestling websites noted that like I was a female in this male-dominated industry, and they were like, "Do you want to start writing? Do you want to start writing for us and like doing like content?" So that's how it started. I was very fortunate that I had a couple of wrestling news sites that I had followed for years, like reach out to me because they had saw my podcasting work in wrestling and everything, and kind of just took a chance on me. I didn't have any formal experience in wrestling writing, so I've been very fortunate that I've had to learn a lot from people, and people have taken me under their wing. I've technically been doing wrestling writing since 2021, but full time it's been almost 3 years.
I'm just going to say this. And that is just a little bit of a preview of what you can expect tomorrow on episode 85 of the Chris Parrish podcast, all on these same platforms. The only other one might not be Instagram. Right now, Instagram and StreamYard are not coexisting. So we might have to discard Instagram for the temporary time being. But live on Spotify, the Chris Parrish podcast will be playing, so you can check out that episode live on Spotify. So please check out the Chris Parrish podcast on Spotify. Subscribe, rate the show. Please give it 5 stars. I really, really want you to. It would go a long way, and I appreciate if you do. Also, if you guys did go and support Schmied Jen, please. I appreciate that. She's doing great work. I just thought it was the right thing to do to promote and to help a female content creator as we witnessed a main event with women as we roll into tomorrow, where there is the first ever WWE PLE all women show. That's right. The last time Evolution was a thing, it was a pay-per-view then. So this marks the first PLE that is all female. I'm going to leave you one last time with the new ad from Turnbuckle Studios. And until then, I will see you later tonight over at the PLE Patrol. Then also tomorrow for episode 85 of the Chris Parrish podcast.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
So for everyone here over at the Chris Parrish podcast, thank you so much for checking out the watch party that featured NXT's Great American Bash. For everybody, please make sure to be kind, be happy, be healthy, be yourself, because at the end of the day, you matter. See you next time.
Through the clouds, faster, catch us from falling close to